Good morning. The verses from John 4 verses 21 to 24 in the New International Version, NIV, of the Bible read as follows. 21 Jesus said to her, "Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem." 22 You Samaritans worship what you do not know, we worship what we know, for salvation is from the Jews. 23 But the hour is coming, and is now here, when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father seeks such as these to worship Him. 24 God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and truth. Now, let's break it down. The context of these verses is the encounter between Jesus and the Samaritan woman at the well. They are in the middle of a discussion about where the appropriate place to worship God is, with the Samaritan woman indicating the mountain of Samaria, Mount Gerizim, and the Jews believing the only place to worship was the temple in Jerusalem. In verse 21, Jesus makes a radical declaration: the place of worship does not matter. A time is coming, he says, when true worship will not be about location but the disposition of the worshipper's heart. This was a paradigm shift in the understanding of worship at the time. In verse 22, Jesus makes a statement about the Jews being the source of salvation, acknowledging the historical and spiritual heritage of Judaism, from which Christianity sprung forth. This isn't a condemnation of Samaritan worship, but rather a statement about the lineage of the revelation of God, which came through the Jews. Verses 23 to 24 introduce the notion of worshiping in spirit and truth. Jesus declares that God is seeking those who will worship Him in this way. To worship in spirit means that our worship must be genuine and heartfelt, not merely a matter of ritual or formality. The human spirit must be engaged, reflecting the reality that God is spirit, not confined to any physical location or form. To worship in truth means to worship God as He has revealed Himself in Jesus Christ, according to the truth of His character and His ways as revealed in the Bible. This involves an honest acknowledgement of who we are in light of who God is, coming to Him in sincerity and in accordance with the reality of His revelation in Scripture. So in this passage, Jesus redefines worship, moving it away from a specific physical location or ritualistic practices, and instead centers it around a genuine, heartfelt spiritual connection with God that aligns with the truth of who God is. This was a revolutionary message in the first-century context, and it remains a vital teaching for Christians today.